Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. Alright, folks, sit tight because what I'm about to share with you could be one of the most significant developments in the AFC North this season. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a franchise known for their resilience, strategic moves, and ability to compete at the highest level, might be on the verge of making a bold move that could reshape their secondary, and consequently, their entire defense. And no, I'm not talking about just re-signing some role player or bringing in a veteran on a modest deal. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade that could see the Steelers targeting one of the most talented and controversial cornerbacks in the league right now, Jalen Ramsey. But let's rewind a little and set the scene for those who might not be fully up to date. The Steelers, after a solid offseason, did what they always do, try to reinforce their roster where it counts. They signed veteran cornerback Darius Slay to a one-year deal, filling a crucial gap in their secondary, especially after losing Dante Jackson. Slay, a proven ball hawk and shutdown corner, brings leadership and experience, which are invaluable, especially for a team that's looking to make a deep playoff run. But here's the thing, while we're all happy with Slay, the Steelers never settle. They're always looking for ways to upgrade, especially at a position as vital as cornerback. And that's where the rumors start swirling. According to some of the latest reports from NFL insiders, most notably Ian Rappaport, there's some serious movement happening behind the scenes. The Miami Dolphins, a team that's been aggressive in recent years in building a competitive roster, are reportedly shopping Jalen Ramsey. Yes, Ramsey, a player who's been regarded as one of the top cornerbacks in the league, is now available for the right offer. And the reason? Ramsey reportedly wants out of Miami, and the Dolphins are motivated to move him, either to clear cap space or to reshape their secondary. This isn't just some idle rumor. It's a signal that the Dolphins are open to negotiations, and the Steelers, as always, are looking at every opportunity to improve. Now, you might be wondering, what does a trade for Ramsey really cost? Well, according to Rappaport, Ramsey is set to earn around $1 million this season as part of a 3-year extension worth over $72 million he signed with Miami last year. That's a hefty price tag, but it's also reflective of Ramsey's talent, his ability to shut down elite receivers, and his leadership on the field. It's also worth noting that after this season, none of Ramsey's contract is guaranteed, and there are some voidable years for salary cap purposes, which gives the Dolphins some flexibility. For a team like the Steelers, that flexibility could be a major factor in deciding whether to pull the trigger. Thinking about the Steelers' current cap situation and draft capital, what might a deal look like? Well, it's all about negotiations and strategic moves. The Steelers, historically, aren't afraid to make bold trades, especially if it means acquiring a player who can be a game changer. Given their current draft pick stock, I'd say a reasonable starting point could be offering a 4th-round pick in the upcoming 2026 NFL Draft. That's not out of the realm of possibility, especially if the Steelers can include considerations like the Dolphins picking up some of Ramsey's $25 million salary for this season. And here's a key point. If Ramsey performs well, and the Steelers can negotiate some incentives or even a future 3rd-round pick based on his production, this could turn into a steal for the Steelers. But let's dig a little deeper into what this means for the Steelers' defense and their overall strategy moving forward. The Steelers have always been proud of their defensive identity, built around a strong front seven, aggressive pass rushers, and smart, versatile defensive backs. Adding Ramsey, a player with elite cover skills, ball-hawking ability, and leadership qualities, could elevate their secondary to new heights. Imagine a secondary where Ramsey lines up opposite Patrick Peterson or Levi Wallace, providing the kind of shutdown corner tandem that can lock down the top receivers in the league. This would give the Steelers' pass rush more room to breathe, knowing they have a premier cover man behind them. It also sends a message to the rest of the league. Pittsburgh is serious about contending again, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Of course, the question is, how realistic is this deal? The Steelers have always been shrewd negotiators, and they're also known for their patience. They will weigh the cost-benefit ratio carefully. They might also consider other options, maybe even waiting to see how Ramsey's situation unfolds, or exploring other corners who could be available at a lower cost. But if the Dolphins are truly motivated to deal him, and if the Steelers see Ramsey as a cornerstone for their defense, then this could be a match made in heaven. It's about timing, value, and the willingness to negotiate. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the AFC North is more competitive than ever. The Bengals are loaded, the Ravens are always a threat, and the Browns have built a formidable roster as well. To stand out and make a real push for a Super Bowl, the Steelers need to optimize every position, especially in the secondary. A player like Ramsey could be the final piece that puts them over the top. His experience in big games, his competitive edge, and his ability to change the course of a game with a single play are exactly what Pittsburgh's defense needs to become elite once again. And let's not forget the impact this could have on the locker room. Ramsey, with his fiery personality and leadership qualities, could serve as a veteran presence that elevates the entire defense. The Steelers have a history of integrating players with strong personalities who also bring undeniable talent, like Troy Polamalu, James Harrison, and more recently, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Ramsey could be that kind of player, someone who demands excellence and inspires those around him to step up their game. As fans, we're always looking ahead, wondering what the front office will do next. Will they pull the trigger on a trade that could define their season? Or will they wait, bide their time, and explore other options? Either way, the anticipation is real, and the potential for a game-changing move has everyone talking. The Steelers' front office has a reputation for being cautious but decisive when it matters most. If they believe that Ramsey can be a key piece in their championship puzzle, then expect them to make a serious run at him. Now, I want to highlight some of the implications for the upcoming season. If Ramsey joins the Steelers, the entire dynamic of their defense shifts. Opposing quarterbacks will think twice before testing that side of the field. The Steelers' pass rush, already formidable with T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith, would get even more support from a shutdown corner who can erase top receivers like Tyreek Hill, Davante Adams, or Stephon Diggs. That kind of coverage allows the linebackers and safeties to play more aggressively, creating more turnovers and helping to set up offensive scoring opportunities. And speaking of offense, the Steelers have been steadily improving on that side as well. With a stable quarterback in Kenny Pickett, who's shown flashes of brilliance, and a developing offensive line, they're poised to become more explosive. The addition of a top-tier cornerback like Ramsey could be the final piece that makes the defense a true pillar of strength, giving the entire team confidence to push for a deep playoff run and ultimately, a Super Bowl appearance. But let's be honest, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. The trade market is unpredictable, and Ramsey's current contract situation complicates things. Dolphins are probably trying to get the best deal possible, and the Steelers will have to weigh whether the cost is worth the reward. If they do pull the trigger, it's a bold statement that they're all in this season. They're not just building for the future, they're trying to win now. And let's not forget the history of the Steelers in making these kinds of moves. The franchise has always been about smart, strategic acquisitions. They've traded for Hall of Fame players, signed key free agents, and drafted game changers. Ramsey could be the next chapter in that story, a player who could transform their secondary and help them reach new heights. In conclusion, all signs point to a very intriguing possibility. The Steelers, with their rich history of tough, disciplined football and a passionate fan base eager for another Super Bowl, might be on the verge of making a move that could define their season. Whether it's through a trade for Jalen Ramsey or other strategic maneuvers, one thing is clear: Pittsburgh is never content with just being good. They're always striving for greatness, and this potential move could be the spark that ignites their championship quest once again. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe the Steelers should go all in and try to acquire Ramsey, or do you think they should hold on to their draft picks and build through the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. We're in this together, and every bit of info, every rumor, every analysis helps us get closer to understanding what's next for this legendary franchise. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Steelers.